I'm assuming we're okay, so. Put on your microphones, John.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, good evening. Welcome to the December 18th, 2025 meeting of the Town of Southampton Zoning Board of Appeals. This meeting is being held live and also via video conferencing on the town's website. For those of you online who wish to view tonight's live meeting only and not participate, please do not join the Zoom meeting. If you're having difficulties accessing the hearing in either case, visit the town clerk's meeting portal and click on the instructions link. With that, I'd ask you to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Carl, would you like to play Candace tonight?
If you are here with us tonight in person, please silence your cell phone and refrain from speaking to one another as it interferes with the recording of our proceedings. In case of an emergency evacuation, please exit through the rear doors of this room to one of the staircases across the hall and continue downstairs and out through the main entrance. Do not attempt to use the elevators during an emergency evacuation. In case of a medical emergency, the automated external defibrillator and first aid kit are both located in the hallway on this floor, opposite the elevator. Restrooms are located across the hall. Tonight, Board Member Helen Burgess is absent. John, could you take us through the agenda?
Yes. Okay, turning to the decision calendar. I have to reopen and close each one of them individually, don't I?
Correct.
Okay. So, starting with, on the decision calendar, the decision in the application of Lynn Leahy, 15 Tarpon Road, East Quogue, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-362-4-8. I move to reopen the hearing on this application for written submissions.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Mastoni?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
I move to close the hearing on the application of Lynn Leahy for decision later tonight.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Mastoni?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
I move to reopen the hearing on the application of LA Luxury Construction Incorporated, 25 Spinner Road, North Sea, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-130-1-8.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Mastoni? Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald? Chair votes aye.
I move to close the hearing on the application of LA Luxury Construction Incorporated for decision later tonight.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Mastoni?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
With regard to the decision in the application of David Cronman and Rebecca Cronman, 64 Becky's Path, Bridgehampton, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-52-2-42.42, I move to reopen the hearing on this application.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
I move to close the hearing on the application on David Cronman and Rebecca Cronman for decision later tonight.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Mastoni?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
I move to adjourn the application, the hearing in the adjourn the decision in the hearing in the application of Bert Carfarella, 17 Dock Road, Remsenburg, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-366-1-10 to January 15th.
Easy for you to say. Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Mastoni?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Wow. Okay, with regard to the decision in the application of 162 Jobs Lane LLC, 321 Rose Hill Road, Watermill, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-115-3-14.3, I move to reopen the hearing on this application.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Mastoni?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
I move to close the hearing on the application of 162 Jobs Lane LLC for decision later tonight.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane? Mr. Mastoni?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand? Just mixing it up a little bit. Chair votes aye.
Okay, with regard to the decision in the application of Jason Flom, 15 Bay Street, North Sea, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-57-1-21, I move to adjourn the decision on this application to January 15th.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Okay, turning to number one on The agenda, the application of Emily Kuhn Kivini and John Kivini, 8 Bay Avenue, East Quogue, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-341-1-11. Applicant requests relief from Town Code Section 330-84D Pyramid Law for a sky plane encroachment to the west of 799 cubic feet and a sky plane encroachment to the east of 799 cubic feet for a total encroachment of 1,598 cubic feet for a proposed one-family dwelling on a non-conforming lot and any other relief necessary.
Board has jurisdiction.
Are you an attorney?
No.
Okay, let me swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Thomas Bloor, the architect for the project, 60 Carlton Avenue, Suite 202, Islip Terrace, New York, 11752.
Thomas, tell us about this application.
So the intent of this application is a proposed two-story, one-family dwelling on a non-conforming lot. We're requesting a sky plane encroachment to the west of 799 cubic feet and to the east of 799 cubic feet for a total encroachment of 1,598 cubic feet. The existing lot is zoned R20. It's very non-conforming in its size. There was an old two-story dwelling in very poor structural conditions that has since been demolished in its entirety. I'd like to point out that the existing home that sat on the lot had a larger encroachment on both the west and the east sides than I'm proposing. The proposed two-story dwelling has been designed approximately 8 feet closer to the front yard, so that helps minimize the sky plane encroachment. It's a modest home. It's only 796 square feet on the first floor, containing a half bath, living room, dining room, and kitchen. Second floor is the same, 796 square feet, containing a laundry room, 2 bedrooms, a whole bath, and a master bedroom suite with a full bath. The home is not in a flood zone, so again, I designed the home as close to the ground as possible to minimize the sky plane encroachment. So it's only 1 foot 7 inches.
What was the encroachment? If you,
I couldn't calculate it, and they kind of, I didn't have drawings of the entire house. I have the old architect's drawings that he submitted to the building department, so I can give you a visual. It looks, more or less about double. But all I can tell you is it was larger than what I'm proposing.
okay, I'm sorry to ruin your rhythm.
No,
Keep,
sorry.
keep,
All right.
keep going. We'll come back to it if we need
Thanks,
to.
Kevin.
The roof line's designed as a gable. Again, I'm trying to design everything to keep it out of the sky plane, so it's sloped side to side. If you take a look at my drawing A4, that's kind of the best depiction of how it's penetrating the sky plane. The lot is very unique for the area as well. It's the smallest width lot on this entire block at only 67 feet. The majority of the lots on this block are gonna range from 100 to 180 feet. And then 2 more unique characteristics are, to the west is a post office, a commercial building with a parking lot in the back. So I don't really think it's affecting them. And then to the east, that home is located about 92 feet away from this proposed two-story home. If the board should have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
So 92 feet from house to house.
Correct.
Okay.
This, I'm sorry, this is the post office?
Correct. Yes.
And you said that A4 is the good one to show the pyramid relief, is that correct?
Correct, yeah. So I shaded it in gray at the top of that section. It's like about the thickness of the roof rafter that's penetrating.
I have this big set of cans, Kevin, that helps.
No, yeah. So the basic thing is, it's not that it protrudes out so far, it's just that it runs the length of the house. So that's where you pick up the cubic feet. So it's not like it's swinging way out or anything like that, it just runs along. And what is, because it looks pretty,
A5 is pretty good too.
Yeah.
yeah, it looks pretty close to the roof, it's not like extending out so, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, I just think there's one thing, can you lower the pitch on this a little bit? It would really relieve a little bit, it's a pretty good pitch on this.
You can,
You're gonna,
absolutely.
and just get rid of some of the relief, and it would, the board, it would make it a little bit easier, because that's a,
It's
you
gonna
don't really
lower.
need a 12 on, yeah, whatever you can do, I think you can,
What'll happen is as you lower the pitch, it'll actually only change this part, which is only 12 inches out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It
Well, then
actually
you
won't.
know what, if you can't change it, then you can just lower the first floor to 8 feet, and then you're not gonna need much at all.
Correct.
So I think we're close. My reaction was similar. It was like, what would it take to drop a little, and I appreciate the background you just explained, which,
So which would be better, 8 feet for the first floor or trying to manipulate the
The roof
pitch?
line a little bit. Can you do that a little bit, or?
We can do either or.
I thought maybe the roof line
both.
would be better for
Or
you, and
both.
then you keep your
Or
9
both.
feet.
Yeah, why not both?
You'll never get it inside. I tried to do it, to be honest with you. You'd have to eliminate the second floor or cut it down to where you don't have even a 7-foot wall height. I discussed with the clients about the first floor being 9. They said, well, now we're asking for a little bit more, but it's such a small house. They were like, all right, we'll just put it in and let's see where it goes. So, lowering it to 8 feet, I already ran the numbers, to be honest with you. If I lower it to 8 feet, it cuts the total encroachment from 1598 down to 774.
Well, there you
That's
go.
It
significant.
seems like the board's reasonable with that. I'd prefer to just lower the first floor to the 8 feet.
And not
because
worry about the pitch?
see, when it's lowered to 8 feet, the ridge is
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
actually
you're
under
just gonna get a little bit out of that.
You're only getting.
yeah.
It's like,
Can I see that?
sure. Yeah. This
This is with it lowered?
With it lowered to 8 feet. See how only what I shade in dark gray is penetrating.
I appreciate that you went through that exercise.
I watched a couple videos
were
of someone
prepared.
coming back 5 times, and I didn't want to be that guy.
Smarter than some other people.
Wish everybody did.
If
Well-
only others would do the same.
Amen.
The same time.
If only
Well, it
others.
seems to me that if you were to put it at 8
Carl.
feet, it seems like a reasonable request of 774 cubic feet per mid encroachment total.
Understood. I'm willing to amend the application to that.
What would have to, Katie, would we do an application, or we can just submit it just on submissions?
No, it'd be
Submit
written.
this
Written
as a
submission.
Written submissions?
written submission.
Do you, yeah, do you need this set of plans back? 'Cause I don't need it.
You know how much paper I have in my office?
Yeah, and he has as much too. Okay, it seems like that's a reasonable alternative, and we appreciate very much that you would anticipate that. Bob, this is
This is
yours.
mine. I think we could have that done in written submissions and just put it over to Jan, what's the written
The
submission?
decision.
Oh, yeah, what is the written submission?
What's the
and-
written subject?
I guess it would
January
be-
2nd?
Jan 14? No.
Yeah, I think January 2nd would work, and then decision on 115.
Okay, so written submission by January 2nd.
Yep.
I just anticipate the holidays in there, so
With a
Candace can get
decision
it.
on-
You guys by Tuesday, because.
And then,
The decision on the 15th.
decision on January 15th.
Is there a second?
Second,
Mr. Mastonio? Mr. Leonard?
aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Redhand?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you very much.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Happy holidays, guys. Enjoy the
Thank you
evening.
for your efficiency.
Number 2 on the agenda, Katie, re-advertise, do I have to read the whole thing? Okay. EJST LLC, 292 Little Fresh Pond Road, North Sea, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-97-3-7. Applicant requests relief from the following provisions of the Town Code. 1, for a pool, Section 330-6 General Regulations that references Section 330-11 Residence Districts Table of Dimensional Regulations for an accessory side yard setback from 10 feet to 9.7 feet, and Section 330-76D Placement of Accessory Building Structures and Uses in All Districts, and Section 330-83C Yards to allow the pool to be located within the required side yard for the principal building. 2, to legalize a brick patio constructed at grade without the benefit of a building permit. Section 330-11 for an accessory side yard setback from 10 feet to 5.4 feet, and Section 330-76D and 330-83C to allow the patio to remain within the required side yard, and 3, to legalize a shed constructed without the benefit of a building permit, Section 330-11 for an accessory distance from front lot line from 50 feet to 22.6 feet, and Section 330-76D and 330-83C to allow the shed to remain within the required front yard for the principal building on a non-conforming lot and any other relief necessary.
Board has jurisdiction.
Mr.
Carl
Benincasa.
Benacasa, 860 Montauk Highway, Watermill, New York, for the applicant. Good to see you all. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it has.
At the police impound.
So, the basic background to what we're discussing tonight is this pool and the patio were built pursuant to a permit issued in 2007 and then CO'd. And has been that way ever since. They're considering selling the house, so they wanted to update the CO. They went to the building inspector and they said, actually, even though you have a CO for that pool, there are some issues with respect to, one, the pool is about 3/10 of an inch, of a foot, I'm sorry, 3/10 of a foot too close to the side yard. And then the patio that comes off of it is 4.6 feet too close to the side yard. It's supposed to be 10 and it's 5.4. I gave you some aerials, you all have it. You can see over time, the pool was constructed in 2007. You can see it was that way in 8, in 13, in 18, and 21, and then today. That the pool has been that way since it was built and sealed.
And it was built in 2004?
2007.
7, I'm sorry.
Built with permits and CO'd in 2007. So the chief building inspector said, you know, unfortunately, even though you have the CO, there are these issues. If you want to update it, you have to get the variance. The other structure that we're seeking relief on is that shed in the front yard. The shed has been there, you can see it, it's hard, the 2004 aerial, but you can see it there. It's been there since the mid-90s. This was the first shot that you could actually, it was somewhat discernible, but you can see it was there in 2008 when the town issued the CO for the pool, and it's been there ever since. I asked, can you relocate the shed? It is actually a structure on a foundation. It's not just like a Home Depot shed. But it's been there since the mid-90s and through, you know, various approvals by the town.
Well, it wasn't specifically approved.
The
It
shed
was,
is 8 by 10.
it wasn't specifically approved. It was
This
just,
was not, it was just there.
it was just on the survey, so the town never raised it, is what you're saying. Okay, so it wasn't a specific approval.
Wasn't, no, there is no permit for the shed.
Right, right.
And the town said there's no permit for the patio associated with the pool, but there is a permit and CO for the pool. The patio was built at the same time, so. So essentially, these structures, the main structure is the pool and the patio. Those were built in full view of the town with permits and a CO. And now it's sort of, we're having to correct the error that occurred back in 2007. And the shed has been there all along, and while we're cleaning up the property, we're seeking relief for the shed. Notice was served on 2 neighborhoods, actually, on this one.
2 neighbors, yeah.
2 neighborhoods.
Hoods.
We got 2 different, the reason we're renoticed is the original street was for a different neighborhood.
Oh.
So an unknown neighborhood got noticed for this. I got a lot of calls, why do I care about Little Fish Pond?
That's
So that's why
funny.
we had to renotice. We served
Okay.
another neighborhood, and we have no one from this neighborhood that's reached
Or
out.
the other one.
Or, no, the other one did, saying, why am I
Oh,
getting?
but I mean, they didn't object.
They didn't object,
Okay.
no, they didn't care at all.
This is mine. Carl, I went to see the property. It's a very challenged piece of property. It is, it's literally on a hill. And the elevation must be 20 or more feet high. I mean, it's really on a hill. I don't see where that pool or patio could have gone, other than where it is, to be perfectly honest. You know, there may be some infringements on the side yards and stuff like that, but the only thing is, I do have a problem with the shed. That one, that I have a problem with. It's very predominant. You see it from the road. I mean, I'm not happy about the shed. The pool and patio I have no problem with, but, I don't know if anybody else has had an opportunity to see the property and.
So how old do you think the shed is?
So you can kind of see it in aerials going back to, you know, once you get to before 2000, the aerials are kind of
Yeah,
useless.
yeah.
But they said it's from the mid-90s. It's been about 30 years that it's been
Okay.
there.
And the one thing if the shed was 6 years old, but
I agree.
I've had a couple of sheds in my yard, they look kind of beat up by 2025, right? So it's a question of, do we want to grant a variance and permanently, locate it there? Or is there an opportunity to, knowing it probably is on the conclusion of its existence in the next few years, is it an opportunity to put it in a better location that's more conforming?
Or remove it, because these people are leaving, right? So unless it's unless it draws value in
You're
the
selling the
sale.
property, so.
That is the goal, yeah. to
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
it.
I don't think it adds anything to the property, but is there a conforming location for it, or a more conforming location for it?
I'm sure there's a conforming
Yeah,
location for it.
because, I have a problem with the shed. But the pool and the patio, I don't know how you could have put it anywhere else, and I can see how the
Well, they
town
got
comes.
a CO for them. It's
Well,
just,
and but you can
yeah.
see how the town came in and went, oh, yeah, of course, this is the perfect spot for it, you know. And also, the neighbor, the side yard that it, abuts, The neighbor is also very close to, and it's a pool. It's pool. It's not like pool house, it's pool and then a pool.
I'm where you are, Susan. I don't, the shed's the question for me.
Do you want to raise that with your client and see?
I'm happy closing the hearing.
Okay. Is there anybody else that has it?
That's what I'm gonna raise with my client. Tell the shed's gotta go. I don't think we wanna wait another month for that, so.
Okay. Is there, I forgot to.
take the heat.
Is there anybody in the audience, is there anybody on Zoom who wishes to be heard on 292 Little Fresh Pond?
No one has their hand up.
Gee, I hope we didn't miss somebody from the first seat. Okay,
Can I
this
just
is,
say, the majority of you want the shed to move? I would like that on the record, if that's possible. 1, 2, 3,
Helen's not here tonight.
oh, well, that's 4. Okay.
And you gotta revise the survey to remove it.
I'll have the survey revised to remove it.
okay, that's true. Anticipation.
All right.
Okay, so this is mine, so I am going to close the public hearing. We're going to leave it open for a revised survey and written comments until January 2nd. If you can make that, we will do a decision on January 15th.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Ms. Kane. Mr. Mastonia.
Aye.
Mr. Redhand. Mr. McDonald.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Merry Christmas to you.
Party.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you. How's the baby, Carl?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
This is the second
That's
Christmas,
fun.
right? Yeah.
The second Christmas.
Well, the first one you're gonna,
14 days old.
first one you'll enjoy.
Yeah, but this is gonna be a fun one
Oh,
then.
nice.
This will be a fun one.
Walking, right, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
He's
great.
not walking, he's surfing, you know, he'll surf the tables and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
He's standing, he could do it, he just doesn't have the confidence.
Once they do it.
Yeah, don't, be careful what you wish for, is what I say. Okay, have a good holiday.
See you after the new year.
All right, we're on to decisions. So the first decision is John R. You. Okay.
Good.
Yeah,
A
go
decision in Lynn Leahy, Suffolk County Tax Map 900-362-4-8. This application is for property located at 15 Tarpon Road, East Quogue. Applicant seeks variance to construct a new one-family dwelling and covered porch on a non-conforming lot burdened by wetlands. After numerous hearings and modifications to reduce the pyramid encroachment, the board finds that the applicant passes the standards set forth by New York State Town Law and Town Code. Therefore, this board grants relief from the following provisions of the Town Code for proposed new one-family dwelling, Town Code 330-6, general regulations that references Town Code 330-11, residence district table, dimensional regulations for a principal front yard setback of 22.9 feet where 30 feet is required for a proposed covered porch, and Town Code 330-84D, pyramid law for a total sky plane encroachment of 1,894 cubic feet, all as shown on the survey prepared by Jeffrey Hatterer, LS, of Twin Forks Land Surveying, last revised December 16th, 2025, and the floor plans and elevations prepared by Joe Ceremi, R.A., last dated November 6, 2025. The grant of the foregoing relief is subject to such other conditions and permits as applicable as already acquired, or may otherwise have to acquire for a final approval of subject premises, and is conditioned on the applicant and all successors in interest installing and maintaining vegetative screening as shown on the site plan, landscape plan prepared by Joe Ceremi, R.A., dated November 6, 2025, prior to the issuance of any certificates.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Redhand.
Aye.
Ms. Kane.
Aye.
Mr. Leonard.
I just want to say that I'm disappointed that this board is approving this application. I think that an analysis under the five-part test on this should have, we should have allowed, with regard to the pyramid, encroachment. We should have sought much less, based on the fact that the hardship created was for a luxury ensuite primary bedroom and other bedrooms on a second floor. I vote no.
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
I'm a no.
And I'm a yes, okay. And we don't have Helen here, but we have 4 yeses. Right? Okay.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Next is Bob.
Okay, this is for the decision on LA Luxury Construction, Inc., Suffolk County Tax Map 900-130-1-8. This application is for property located at 25 Spinner Road, North Sea. Applicant seeks variances to allow a proposed pool to be located within a required side yard for a principal building on a non-conforming lot burdened by wetlands located on an adjacent parcel. This application passes the standards set forth in New York State Town Law and Town Code. Therefore, this board grants relief from Town Code Section 33076D to allow a pool to be located within the required side yard for the principal building as shown on the survey prepared by Jeffrey W. Hatterer, last revised January 7, 2025. The grant of the foregoing relief is subject to such other conditions and permits as applicant has already acquired or may otherwise have to acquire for final approval of the subject premises, including the installation and maintenance by the applicant and all successes and interest of stockade fence and vegetative hedges to screen the proposed pool.
Second.
Mr. Macedonia?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane? Aye. Mr. Redpen?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, Julie?
Okay. David and Rebecca Cronman, Suffolk County Town Map 900-52-2-42.42. This application is for property located at 64 Becky's Path, Bridgehampton. Applicant seeks a front yard setback variance for a proposed addition to connect an existing detached garage to the existing dwelling on a flag lot. This application passes the standards set forth in New York State Town Law and the Town Code. Therefore, this board grants relief from Town Code Section 330-6, General Regulations that references Town Code Section 330-11, Residence Districts Table of Dimensional Regulations for a principal rear yard setback of 13.7 feet, where 30 feet is required for a proposed addition that will connect the detached garage to the house, as shown on the survey prepared by David L. Saskis LS, last revised November 25, 2025, and the plans and elevations prepared by Michael David Rubenstein, RA, dated November 3, 2024. The grant of the following relief is subject to such other conditions and permits as applicant has already acquired or may otherwise have to acquire for final approval of the subject premises, including the installation and maintenance by the applicants and all successors and interest of plantings as shown on the aforementioned survey.
Second.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia?
Aye.
Mr. Redpen?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, and last but not least, John.
Decision for a minor at 162 Jobs Lane LLC, Suffolk County Tax 90011-3-14.3. This applicant is for property located at 321 Rose Hill Road, Watermill. Applicant seeks a minor front yard variance for a new one-family dwelling. This applicant passes the standards set forth by New York State Town Law and Town Code. Therefore, this board grants relief for Town Code 330-6, General Regulations that references Town Code 330-11, Residence District Table Dimensional Regulations for a principal front yard setback of 60 feet where 80 feet is required for a new one-family dwelling, as shown on the survey prepared by Jeffrey W. Hatterer, LS, last revised September 2nd, 2025, and the plans and elevations prepared by James McDonough, R.A., dated August 26, 2025. Grant of the foregoing relief is subject to such conditions and permits as applicant has already acquired or may otherwise have to acquire for a final approval of the subject premises, including the maintenance of the line of evergreen shown on the aforementioned survey.
Second.
Mr. Redpen?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion to close.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's adjourned.
Okay.
We made it through, guys.
Peter, come here, please.
Through another year.
Wow.